We had to drive a little further than we thought we were going to have to last night because the pilot that we went to didn't have overnight parking, so we ended up at a Walmart. And that's a beautiful Walmart. We went inside and got some things we needed. And now we're making some coffee. Kaylee's just about to do some dishes from last night. We had a good meal when we got here. We ended up going to bed around like 2:30 or something, and slept in a bit. And we got a big day ahead of us, and we're super excited. How are dishes going over there?
Some of it's a struggle, but honestly, it's not bad at all. I will say, washing a bag like this is a little harder, but the plates were super easy to clean off, and the pan and everything. I think this works out pretty well.
Plus, we got too tired to finish our dishes last night. So.
Yeah, and so for washing them right after we're done eating, it's just going to be so much easier anyway, so it's going well.
Okay, we finished all of our things that we had to do this morning. We had to upload our vlog and get all of that stuff ready for it. And now we're going to take off and hit the road again. I'm Alex.
I'm Kaylee.
And we are Pinter Whitnick.
We're musicians living and traveling full-time in our van.
Join us for van life adventures, music, and shenanigans on the road. We're gonna make some sandwiches in the car, and we just saw this little roadside stand, so we're gonna grab some produce from here.
Yeah. I loved that. That made me like super happy.
That was really cool.
It's way better than shopping at a grocery store.
And we got mushrooms and tomatoes.
Potatoes.
And an onion.
Onion.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna continue on our drive and then cook some of those up.
We're in Pennsylvania.
Woohoo!
Wow.
See how Howard. Made it to Pittsburgh, and we're hanging out up on Mount Washington, having a couple beers right now. Then we're gonna make some snacks. But it's so cool up here. It's just like a small town with an awesome view tucked into like a major city.
It's really, really pretty up here.
The first thing Kaylee said was, it's like we're in San Francisco because they're just driving up these like really steep hills and stuff, and it's just really cool. Came all this way to have a PBR, huh?
That's what happens. I don't know. It's always like hitting the spot though.
It was mostly that we needed to use the restroom, and figured we'd get a couple beers before we eat some lunch.
Yeah.
So cool up here. This is Pittsburgh behind us, where two rivers meet over there. I think it's the Allegheny and Monongahela.
I have like, it's a little freaky being up here.
We are very high up.
I was gonna say the camera probably just doesn't do it justice. There's just a lot out there.
Yeah.
A lot of distance from here to down there, so.
We're very, very high up. And Kaylee now apparently has a newfound fear of heights.
It's so weird.
Just
like,
something we learned today.
Yeah, from the beginning of Cedar Point, heights all of a sudden are like a thing. It's really, really weird. Anyway, maybe this trip, eventually I'll get over it.
Maybe.
Maybe that's the point of this whole trip.
For you to overcome your fear of heights.
Yes, that I didn't know I had.
All right, well, we'll work on that in a second here. 1970 and it still works. Back in the van, we're gonna make some sandwiches here, and we got a pretty cool view.
All right, we say goodbye to Pittsburgh. And that was such a great place for us to stop at. We had a really nice, I guess it was lunch for us, even though it was dinner time. But right.
Well, it was early dinner.
Yeah, early dinner. But now we're heading to West Virginia, and we're gonna be checking in at our campsite tonight. West Virginia. Oh, Google Maps says welcome to West Virginia.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Google.
You. Thanks, Google. Good time to get new tires, huh?
Yeah.
It just started raining just as these roads got ridiculous. I feel like I'm in a Jeep commercial.
Just want to say Alex is such a professional, because if I were driving on those curves, I'd probably have a panic attack, and then we would just not get anywhere.
No, you could handle it.
Maybe.
Hey, look.
Maybe if it wasn't raining.
Look at the city.
It's just a gas station with a cow on top of the roof.
Got to our campsite in West Virginia, and we hear this live music over there.
It's amazing.
So we had a small problem with our plans for having a bar, and that's what do we do for ice? Our fridge is only one zone, so whatever temperature we set the fridge at is the temperature for everything we put in there, so we can't keep it below freezing. So we hope we came up with a solution.
We each have hydro flasks for our water, and it keeps it very cold. So we figured we would get this, it's sort of for food, I guess, container. And we're hoping that it does the same thing with our ice to keep it cold enough where we can actually make drinks on the road and then refill it whenever we can. So this has been in here for like 2 days. And it's like melted a bit, but honestly, like, that's not bad for 2-day ice.
The fridge is at, 37 degrees, so we have this in there, and we figured it wouldn't lose too much that way. And yeah, so we have ice.
Awesome.
Is this our first van gin and tonic?
It is.
Wow.
It totally is.
Cheers to West Virginia. We just got done hanging out and listening to those guys play over there. It was so cool. That's the kind of magic that you can't plan for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you would never expect that, or you could never plan for that. It just like you show up and I don't know. If you put yourself into the world, like sometimes things just happen, and it's just like it feels like in that moment that you were like meant to be there. And we were talking on the way up that it's crazy. We spent so long in our apartment just like sitting there and nothing. We just weren't feeling inspired. We just weren't feeling good about where we were in life and stuff. And you know, it's like the moment that you put yourself out into the universe, it's like it gives something back. So we're really happy to be here tonight. We made a little dinner, some rice and some tofu and some potatoes and mushrooms from that roadside stop that we went to.
And it had all the pretty potatoes. So we have purple and white.
White potatoes.
I'm tired. Leave me alone.
So we're gonna eat this up and enjoy the rest of our night together.
Mm-hmm. This is pretty cool.
Doing dishes in here?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. Not one bit.
We had a really tasty dinner. And Kaylee's doing the dishes.
Getting a good rhythm of everything so far.
How you doing?
I'm getting old. Ever since we went to Cedar Point, my neck and my shoulders have been like destroyed. So this is my best friend and ibuprofen.
It's Wednesday morning and we're having some coffee. We are gonna go and check out some views today before we drive the rest of the way across West Virginia. But we had a good night. We made some good food. We heard some good music.
It was a great night in West Virginia.
So we're all packed up and showered up, and we're just waiting on our laundry to finish here before we hit the road again. But this campground was super nice. We really enjoyed being here. There's been some crazy like F-16 flyovers too. So every once in a while there's like this super loud thunderous sound and the plane flies like really low overhead. Crazy. And we're out of here. You can hear the falls. We're on the wrong side of it, so we have to go across over there. It's just a few miles away. Now we're on the right side.
This ride is so cool. I just want to climb it.
Kaylee needed a new purse, and this is like super cool.
It's got tons of pockets. It's really fun.
And it looks pretty rugged.
I feel like it's gonna last.
And we're thinking about maybe collecting some stickers because these are cheap and look so cool, and they're little, and not sure yet, but we got this one. And I needed some sunglasses, so I got these cool wooden ones here. And now we're off to Lindy Point. Same thing.
It's beautiful.
In Jurassic Park. This is Lindy Point, way up in the mountains. Blackwater Falls, where we just were, is over there. And this river, Blackwater River, cuts through here. Goes off and you can see it right there. In the middle of this valley. Pretty cool, huh?
This is wild.
It's hard to tell how like massive it is. It all kind of comes across as pretty like close up to the camera on the camera.
It's just huge.
But it just looks like you can see for forever, just forever.
Hello, bird.
Already?
Yeah. The walk back was faster.
We made it back to the van. Now we're probably going to go and get some coffee in a small town called Thomas. It's a very cool place.
Coffee.
All right. All right, we're gonna go into Tip Top and get some coffee. It's a really cool place here. We had some tasty coffee there.
It was really good. I'm still sipping on mine because we were outside in the sun. It was a little toasty, but Alex got some work done, I got some journaling done, and now we're back in the van.
We're gonna head the rest of the way through the mountains into Virginia now. Coming down out of the mountains.
You can feel it in our ears.
Policy sums it up this way.
Virginia's for lovers.
Yeah.
First news.
Logan's expired like 4%.
We made it to Charlottesville and we're walking around on the downtown mall. And it's beautiful here. Lots of like huge old trees and
Everything down here is so pretty. The
it's
architecture and everything.
just so historic and just so many old buildings. A lot of history around. It's cool.
Really cool.
They knew we were coming. We made it to campus and to the Rotunda, which Thomas Jefferson designed. And it's so cool. There's so many historical buildings over here. Everything's from like the 1800s.
Awesome. Garden.
So we're sitting by the Rotunda and we're gonna find a place to eat. It's nice to sit down. We took a long walk.
It's so pretty out here.
It's very, just like if you picture Virginia in your mind, like this is what I always picture because all the colonial architecture. We're at Mellow Mushroom in Charlottesville. We just had a couple of beers and we're gonna get a pizza. I got the raspberry sour from like an area that we walked through on the way here.
And I got a red ale, and it's called South Street Satan's Red Ale, which I don't know, that's a cool name. So
All right, cheers.
cheers.
I mean, it's not Grandma Bob's, but this looks pretty good.
The mushrooms look awesome.
Portobello mushrooms and vegan cheese.
Let's do it.